Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be sharing how to draft a kaftan pattern. So this kaftan is going to have like a bat wing sleeve. And so the first thing that you're going to do is draw a guideline on your pattern paper. From there, you mark out your chest line, then your waistline, then your shoulder to your hip line, which is usually 24 or 25. So usually from your waistline you add about 8 or 9 inches to get your hip line. So now from your shoulder you're gonna measure how long you want your kaftan to be. So for me, I'm using 60 inches, so that's going to be my hemline. So after I mark that, I'm going to go ahead and mark out all the horizontal lines. Again, that's my chest line, my shoulder to chest, and that's where I'll be placing my bust measurement.
I'm pretty sure this is yours.
And then my hip line, my shoulder to hip. And you mark it out and label it. So the next thing that we're gonna do is you divide your shoulder measurement by 2 and place it at the tip of the guideline, which is what I did. And then you draw that line from your shoulder to meet the chest line. Then you're gonna come down from the shoulder by 1 inch. Then determine how wide you want your neckline and mark it out. Then connect it to that 1 inch to make a shoulder slope. And then now I'm marking out my my neck depth. So what I did is I used 4 inches by 4 inches for both the width and the length. So this is going to be the same for both front and the back. After that, you don't need to construct the armhole because we'll be extending the armhole, since this is gonna be a bat wing kaftan. So after that, what I'm marking here is my bust divided by 4 plus 1 inch is a 1 inch seam allowance. And then on my waistline, I'm going to divide my waist measurement by 4 plus 1 inch is and 1 inch seam allowance. Also on the hip line, you're going to do the same thing. Divide your hip measurement by 4, add 1 inch is and 1 inch seam allowance. Then using your ruler, you connect all the lines. Then I use my hip curve, to make connect from my waist to my hip. So now on the hemline, at the bottom of your hemline, you are going to divide your hip measurement by 4 plus 4 inches seam allowance for ease and 1 inch seam allowance. Again, at the hemline, you're gonna divide your hip measurement by 4 plus 1 inch ease and 1 inch seam allowance. So because this kaftan is gonna be very free, it's gonna be flowy. Like if you use a chiffon fabric to make it, it will be so flowy and very elegant. Okay, after you've done that, you go at the tip of the shoulder where you make the shoulder slope, and you'll be extending it by how long you want. For me, I used that 12 inches. All right, you extend that, and then you come on your on your hip line, you come down by 10 inches and draw a line, a horizontal line. Then that extension that you made on the shoulder point, you're gonna draw the line all the way to meet the um 10 inches below the hip line. Again, I'm marking that out again. You extend the sleeve by 12 inches or however long you desire. Then from that line, you're going to draw that line to meet the 10 inches below hip line. Then from there, you make a slant all the way to your hip line as I'm doing right here. Okay, so and that's basically it. So I'm just going over again what I did, and all right, so this is my neckline. It's a 4 inches by 4 inches. Then you make a 1 inch slope. You come down by 1 inch on the shoulder, at the end of the shoulder line to make your shoulder slope. So on the chest line, you divide your bust by 4 inches and put 1 inch as seam allowance and 1 inch ease. Same on the waistline, your waist divided by 4 plus 1 inch ease and 1 inch as seam allowance. Then on your hip line, you do the same. Your hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch ease and 1 inch seam allowance. Then on your hemline, that's the length of your dress, you're going to divide your hip by 4 plus 4 inch ease and 1 inch as seam allowance. Then at the tip of the shoulder, you extend that by 12 inches or depending on you how much you want. Then on the hip line, you come down by 10 inches, and then you connect from your armhole all the way to the hip line like I did here to create the bat wing shape. And your pattern is ready to be cut out. So this pattern is very easy to make. The reason why I'm making the pattern on a pattern paper is to show you so you'll be able to see, because the fabric that I'm using, you won't be able to see it if I make the markings on it. So right here, I'm cutting out the pattern, which I will place on my fabric to cut out both the front and the back piece of this kaftan. So they're both going to be the same. There's no other special thing you need to do for the back. The back and the front are going to be the same. So the straight edge is going to be placed on the folded edge of your fabric. So you're gonna fold your fabric into two, then you fold it again into two in order to be able to cut two separate pieces. All right. So remember the straight edge is going to be on the folded edge of your fabric. All right. As you can see here, this is how you place it on your fabric and then cut it out. So this is folded. For my fabric, I folded it into four. First you fold into two, fold it again to give you four. So you'll be able to cut both the front and the back piece at the same time. Okay. So guys, I thank everyone that has subscribed to my channel. Thanks for all the comments and I do appreciate all of you. And also, if this is the first time that you're stopping by my channel, please do subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification button so you'll be notified whenever I upload new video, which I'll try as much as possible to be doing all the time. Now I am cutting out this I'm cutting out my fabric. So the fabric of choice to make this pattern, for me, I like using chiffon. However, you can also use Ankara fabric or any cotton fabric of your choice to make it, but I like to use chiffon or silk. It makes the style so flowy and elegant, and it's really very nice and comfortable to wear and very easy to make. Like for me, I made mine like in under an hour. So do try, and if you try and make this kaftan, please share with us in the comment section how it turns out for you. All right. So after cutting out your fabric, you remove your pins like I'm doing right here. So now we have two pieces. When you open it up, it looks like this. So you have one for the back and then one for the front. And now I'm pinning down the shoulder area. So you're gonna be sewing that side. All this side that I'm pinning down is where you will start your sewing. And after that, you're gonna go to your side and you'll be sewing the side all the way to the this end of the sleeve, and then wherever the opening is left is where you put your arm through. Okay, so this is the fabric after I pinned it down and sewn them. You can see I sewed this side, sewed this sleeve area, and then I'm going to hem the bottom, and I will also hem the neckline, and your kaftan is basically ready. Very easy to make. So thanks guys again for stopping by, and I will see you on my next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you soon.